An update video here on the Bolens 8656 push mower. Thanks for everybody that commented on Facebook and YouTube, trying to help me figure out what's actually going on as to why my electric start wasn't working. It is in fact the battery that was bad, and like with any sort of vehicle you may be working on, if you have some sort of electrical issue, you always want to start with the battery. In this case, I knew it was fully charging, but it would lose its charge rather quickly and go down to about 12.3 to 12.4 volts. With the key turned on, the voltage would actually drop down to like under a half a volt or about a half a volt. So the battery is in fact kaput. I still want to get a new dry belt for this. I haven't done that yet, and I'm going to leave it like this for now until I can get a new one. But besides the fact that the battery was bad, there's a little safety that's underneath here, and when you operate the handle up at the top of the thing here, the bail handle, this thing, that should be actuating the safety. There's a little tab on the back. Not sure if you are going to be able to see it or not here. But anyhow, what was going on was whoever installed this safety last had the tab for the safety on the wrong side of a piece of metal that rotates when you activate the handle up there. So now that it's in the correct position, it operates correctly. And besides the fact that they had that in the wrong spot, I also had to adjust the cable that comes up top here. Just loosened those two nuts and adjusted it a little bit. And now when I pull the handle back, I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up, but you might be able to hear a click. So that's operating correctly, and I knew the safety switch was good from testing it before for continuity. I did a bunch of different things going through checking the wires on the back of this key switch. I actually pulled this sleeve here off the wires and checked that. Cleaned the key switch connections, checked it for continuity. It was in fact good. So the only thing really, other than making me go nuts for the past week, is the fact that the battery was in fact causing all these issues. Even though the battery was fully charging, it wasn't holding its charge when you would turn the key in the position to start the mower. So now that I have that figured out, and the way I figured this out was I actually unplugged the connection for the battery out of right here where my thumb is, and put a couple jumper wires on the end of it and hooked it up to my jumper pack. When I had tried that before, I was hooking directly to the battery, and I don't know if I didn't have a good connection or what it was, but in this location here, everything works well. Basically what I'm going to try and do, and like I said, the mower isn't done yet. I didn't sharpen the blade. I'd like to take the engine off and spray undercoating underneath the mower here at the surface where the cutting area is. I don't know if I want to still do that or not. I'd like to, but I'm not sure how that would work with grass over time, if that would make them stick worse or not. I did have a mower that I did it to years ago, but I never kept it. I actually sold it. So I don't know how that's going to work yet. Maybe you guys can tell me whether that's a good idea or not to undercoat the underside of the mower in the area where the blade rotates and cuts. But anyhow, I'm going to try and do a cold start on this. This would be the first time that I'm starting this mower now since I had pretty much everything apart and cleaned. So I'm going to turn the jumper pack on. We are in fact going to try and start it with the key switch. Now yesterday when I had it hooked up and I figured out that it was in fact the battery, And it was actually the way I hooked the jumper pack up that it wasn't working for whatever reason. And I couldn't find that out before. That's why I thought it was something else. But this way, it worked great. It spun it over great. So I'm going to have to get a new battery. But anyway, I'm going to try and start this for the first time. I did put a little bit of fuel in there. I adjusted the carburetor. I had the carburetor apart. And stuff there. So I'm going to put you on the hood of the 1250 here and kind of pan you at this direction here just because I have no other way of actually doing it. I do have the mower up here on the table, obviously, with wheel chucks. That way, hopefully, it don't move. And if we can get it to run long enough, and I don't know that we will because I'm not going to be able to hold the handle here, I'd like to check and make sure that the charging system is working. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just go for it. I already have the jumper wires hooked up to the leads on the jumper pack, which are hooked directly to the wiring inside there for the mower. So just have to put this thing up here at choke and see what happens. Turn this on. And I'll put you back here. Hopefully you'll be able to see okay here. I think you will. And we'll see what happens. Cross your fingers. Well, it started, but you know what? I noticed something just now, and maybe you heard it. It sounded like almost the starter wasn't disengaging. So I'm glad it didn't run too long. We're going to have to check into that. But it did start, so that's good anyhow. At least I got that much figured out. But yeah, it sounded like the starter gear did not disengage. And you can't really see it there. So, oh, you know what? I just noticed something else. This fuel line is pinched. So I'm going to have to take this cover off here again and move it around so that fuel line ain't pinched. And I just wonder if it's rubbing on that that starter gear. It's not coming down all the way, and that's what's doing that. So I'm glad that happened now. So, all right, well, at least it started. You can see that it works. So I guess I'll make another video here after a while, maybe of it once it's done mowing grass or something like that. Man, it's windy in here today. I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think about putting a push button start on that and replacing that key switch job? Just a thought. Let me know what you think. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you.